This is day 439, the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you like spots for upcoming Shir more Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. It'd be very greatly appreciated. I apologize for my voice tonight. I have my voices anyway, anytime, something to write home about, but I'm a bit of a cold and I'm a bit hoarse. So please bear with me. Today we're doing Simon Reish Tzadik Test Siv Zayin to Reish Tzadik Test Yusif Yud Beis. Zayin, because Rabbeinu Beis Yosef, see base. So you show him the base says rights of two people drinking. Navdil, Bov and Avdil said, let's make Abdullah. If they want to go back and drink before Abdullah. And it's about Zolim Mavarich. They don't have to go back and make a new bracha. V'yesh. Chokin Ish Mishgul over there is someone who argues on this. Kalashana. Mishabur Paskins like the opinion that they don't have to make a new bracha. Better move on. Arukh HaShulchan himself says it's not understandable. Habishtim Mavor is by Shemukhriyavim Lapsik. The only thing you don't have to mapsikin is if you're eating a shallow shudas in the middle of the meal, but drinking have to interrupt. It's really not talking about that matter. Vaikar Mayre Kam Minya Bracha. It's really talking about the kind of the bracha. But there we show that some Rambam Perdami Brachas. The Afa Gabdili and Kiddush Gavna. Even though it comes to Kiddush in such a situation, Kshamru Bov, and then the Kaddish when they said let's make Kiddush, have a hefsek, it's interruption. So you can have to make a new bracha. Much time is Simreish Ayin Aleph. We come by Abdullah and okay, never by Abdullah, it's not like that. But Tam, the reason is the Kamod the Kiddush Chomer Lena Kshigi Asman. It's like Kiddush is more severe in terms of when the time comes. Paris Mapam Kaddish, you put on a tablecloth and make Kiddush. I feel like Shiyash will be Suda, even where they sat down when they're sitting at a meal. Well, Abdullah and okay, Abdullah, you don't interrupt the Paris Mapa Umavdil. So to in terms of their the statement to make Kiddush. Have sake that it's interruptions. You can barak shivot to and they have to make a new bracha when they want to go back and drink again. But lo b'Abdullah, not don't do it by Abdullah. V'yesh mishacholik hu Raib Sham. The Raib is one who argues. This really holds the Kemen Shamu Bov and Avdil. Since they said let's go make Abdullah, Chalem Chobas Abdullah. V'yesh make Abdullah has devolved upon them. Come up Kiddush just like by Kiddush. Utzrichim Mavzol Baruch have to make a new bracha. But Dafka below Amira Yesh Chiluk. Specifically where there is no, according to Rabbis, specifically where there is no verbalization, there's a distinction. Shum the Shabbos come on after Shabbos parks itself upon you. The law of Abdullah, not Abdullah. So therefore, Shabbos you have no choice but the Paras Mapum Makadish, but not Abdullah. But if they said, let's make Abdullah, Haremut Sonom Kavu Abdullah Chavu Regazah, they themselves accept upon themselves that there is an obligation in this moment. Because if you're going to ask anyway, they have to make a interruption of Abdullah. We can say so where it's still before dark. So they could theoretically still drink. Or even though it's still during daytime, when they make the statement, they became forbidden. Or one could say that they're saying in the Suda. And saying Bov and Avdil in the Suda requires new bracha. Oh, Shabemis Osim Isulin Yozeh. Or maybe they're in fact drinking when they shouldn't be drinking. All those are possibilities. Shabbos says that if they are doing drinking when they're not supposed to be drinking, everybody holds that they are Mesiach Das when they're drinking when they say Bov and Avdil, not just the Raven. Sharatin says if they didn't say Amr Bov and Avdil, in fact that it's us to drink, in that in of itself is not a hefsek or a sekdas, and the still bracha, the first bracha still is in effect. Ches shiasha besuda, when you sat at a meal, it's only lapsi Abdullah, you want to interrupt for Abdullah. Lasos Abdullah b'emsa suda, to make Abdullah in the middle of the meal, kodem b'tzir filas arvis before Marav Yochel Avdil, you can. Mishas yayin kodem, if you drank already wine in the middle of this meal, it's like by Paras Mapa Makadish, you don't have to make a bracha, a new bracha by Pregofen here too, you don't have to. Then Abdullah have sake. Abdullah's not a have sake. Moshe Kiddush will have a have sake. Like Kiddush. Must have a simulation and helps to be doubt. Yesh Mishacholok, those who argue, they say that Abdullah have a hefsek. Abdullah is the interruption. Because they were showing about the primary halacha, that's the first opinion, that's not interruption. The Yesh Mishacholok, because the one who argues some of the Mukhar Klap Sik, that's the opinion that you must stop, even in the middle of the meal. Kadesh Kosam to receive Dalit. Chemi Mele have hefsek, so of course it's hefsek, you must stop. V'av gav the Kiddush Tzvach Klapsik Kli Amahai, by Kiddush, you have to stop according to everybody. Makom Ein Barchem Bari Priyagofen, and nevertheless you don't make a new bracha, Moshe Stop Nisham. That's because the Kiddush and the Suda are intertwined. So therefore the wine continues with the Suda past the Kiddush. Ashkein Abdullah, where the wine and the Suda are independent from each other. Among Dina, but that's only for Lomdus. Dina came lo kaimah dezu. To practical terms, the practical law says don't hold like this opinion. Like Rodas Dal Lechain and Kan Ladina Kaimlan, they say the Baruch. So also here you don't have to make a bracha. Zelk Shash Besuda. This is all when they were sitting in a meal. Obviously, Rak Shaisim they were just drinking and they wanted to make Abdullah came the Kaimlan Lechuyam Lapsi. Since behold they have to make an interruption, like we wrote, Mel Tzarech Lachzar Varech Ala Koshel Abdullah. They have to make a bracha on the coast of Abdullah. Bari Priyagofen. There's no continuity. The Yesh Mishom, those that say that that of itself, even though there's no sunnah involved, they don't have to make a new bracha on the wine. Shem Abdullah have a hefsek klal because Abdullah's not hefsek altogether at all. In fact, Mishabur says that way. The Yesh Mishom is that those say the exact opposite. If they're involved in the meal, you have to make a bracha. The Abdullah guard tvei, Abdullah's worship, the Eilu Shaychus the sunnah klal. It's not a part of the Suda whatsoever. Ulaniel's daiti hikar kadei rishon. Arukh HaShulchan is consistent. It says that you go the first opinion, you don't make a new priyagofen. But it's best not to come to this. We never do this. We finish the meal. Spalim marav, we daven marav. But it's not done. They make Abdullah. But if some compelling reason, maybe Abdullah ben Suda makes him make Abdullah in the middle of the meal, you don't make a bar per gofen on that cup. He brings out a few of the parental brackets, not so important, but among everyone, so stop at the test and Sham Chinan Bel Yerabba, takes the Shabbos and Sham the Chain, Ikar Ladina. It's primary aloha. Test, Shayoshi Basuda, when you're saying a meal, Vamaranu. We say you don't have to interrupt the Shalosh Shudas. We go to Suda, so you finish your meal. So you can make a bracha on the cup of benching and drink it. Even though after the Birkas Hamazon I have to drink, I'm not kosher. Birkas Hamazon shaykh l'suda. But the cup of Birkas Hamazon is part of the Suda. It's a lumdus. Umutar lo yishtos, so you can drink it. But that's when you always bench alakos. That's lakos kesuda atzma. Then the kos becomes part and parcel of the meal itself. I'm talking about low kos, but if you always make a birkas hamazon without a cup, kamato lo yishtos. So now you shouldn't drink it because it's not for you integrally part of the meal. That's if it's raining night. But if it's before night, even though it's after shkia and near twilight, you have to drink it no matter what. If he doesn't have another cup for Abdullah, so no matter what, you shouldn't drink it. And but you make the cup, you make Abdullah kos when you can, and then say Abdullah on it. Ben Shemad Miyad or Acharat Tefillah. Whether you make Abdullah now or after davening. Achim yesh lo kos acher Abdullah. But if you have another cup for Abdullah, Ba'alei tzarich lishtos g'moshen yizbar. The Arukh HaShulchan is the advocate of drinking the cup after benching. V'yav kos acher, make a Abdullah and another cup. Our minute today, of course, is not to do that, and that's probably because we don't normally bench halakos. So therefore, we don't drink the cup after benching. We leave it for Havdalah, the same cup. Yud Kasar Ben Abi Yisayim Steve Zayin Hamavdil Yain Al Shulchan. Son makes Havdalah wine on his table. Shabur says on his table is lav dafka. It just means to preclude another room, because then the Havdalah is separate from whatever he's doing at the table. So Hamavdil Al Shulchan Afil Yivdil Karim Shnat Le'Yada. He didn't have Havdalah before you watched. Point yain shebetoch hamazon, the wine and of the avdol exempts the wine in the meal. Chance to make a brach on it. Yeshu in the part there, some say no, it doesn't exempt uncain nothing of the unless you made washed before you made avdollah. Mishnah Berurah says halacha that you certainly should pass on suffering brachas l'chula, and whether it's before or after the Yosidayim, you're exempt from bracha achroina, and you don't make another bracha on the wine in the middle of the meal. And then let's see now the Arukh HaShulchan. Because I've been Ramavim Migdil Tchila, Rama says he made up the first Tzarech Baruch Achra bracha mein shalosh. You should make a bracha achroina before you begin your meal. Hakal Shano. Charka b'siv ches, because Rabbeinu Beis Yosef. Kshepoiter yain b'shul b'soch hamazon shein tzarech baruch alav. If you exempt wine within the meal, you don't have to make a bracha. And it comes into the bracha achroina kol shabdolah. Then also, if it exempts the wine in the meal, it also does not require a bracha achroina. If he only has one cup, and he thinks he's going to bring him more wine, he also in this cup, and then didn't bring him any more wine. Beer big as a multiple coast, so he bench without a coast. Al coast shall avdollah. This is to say, in that case, you have to make a bracha on the cup of avdollah. Ad kalashayna. But when beer, obviously this requires explanation. Says this is what it means to say. We already learned that wine before the meal, exempts wine in the meal. So if you want to eat immediately after Abdullah, the wine Abdullah exempts the wine in the meal. If you're doing it, as the additional bonus of it being a mitzvah after Abdullah doesn't make it any worse than any wine before the meal. That's the first opinion. But another opinion holds that it definitely is worse. And a weekday, when you're drinking out of your own volition, then it's called wine before the meal. And it exempts the wine in the meal. Which you're compelled to make. It's like a link to the suit at all. It's not the Kiddush. It's not like Kiddush was only Makam Suda, and therefore it's linked to the Suda. The Dafki not a Yadav Kanshi deal. So that's specifically only if you wash before you made Abdullah, those poteres yain shemsuch that then the Abdullah exempts the wine in the meal. But if you didn't commence the meal in the form until Yosidayim, ain't no poteres, doesn't exempt the wine in the meal. Zeu shomer Rabbeinu Arama to be mela. Hey poteres muchiyah bar bracha choya kosher Abdullah. So Ramah is saying that since it doesn't exempt the wine in the meal, it must be independent and never requires on bracha achrona. It's no connection to the meal. After the first meaning does exempt, ain't tzarech bracha achrona on your bracha achrona, but zel divrei Rabbeinu ha-Beis Yosef siv ches. That's what the Beis Yosef means to say. You base. And then he says, and what if you only have one cup, etc.? V'hachi Pirush means to say, I feel there Rishon, even according to first opinion, shows the man Yain Shal Abdullah, which shows that why Abdullah Habikan Shivnei Mazon. It's like wine before the meal. Shepot Teres Yain Shal Mazon, which exempts the wine in the meal. And therefore it doesn't require its own bracha achrona. K'mosh kasavnu. Nevertheless, Yishchiluk Bino Lebein Yain Shal Lifnei Mazon. Even though it's like Yain Shal Lifnei Mazon, it's not completely like Yain Shal Lifnei Mazon. To be Yain Shal Lifnei Mazon, wine before the meal needs buyer. Simon finds out we learned ain't circle bracha achrona b'choyda. You never need bracha achrona. Ain't shas yaim tochasuda mechalosha. So whether you drank wine in the meal or not. Ben shapirach ala kos olo birech. Whether you made a bracha on the cup during the meal, made a bracha on the cup, but didn't make a bracha on the cup. Not sure what he means by that. I'm not sure. It's obviously made a bracha. He was lifnei Suda. I don't know exactly what he's saying. Anyway, he has a mate. Wine of Abdullah, however, it only exempts from its own bracha achrona if you have additional wine in the Suda, or birech al hakos. I guess Bircha as opposed to where it's Nimshach from previously. I really don't understand what he means by Bircha Lakois here. Yeah, you made a Bircha Samazon on the cup, but that's not. Anyway, I'm not sure. Below Dami Gam Kiddush Niftar B'chol Yan. It's not a Kiddush where no matter what, Bircha Samazon exempts you. But the time of the reason is the Yain Shalivni Hamazon, the wine before the meal. Shebabi Shalamazon, which comes for the meal, Liftach Man, to open up the digestive system. Yain Shakiddush and Kiddush Magos Suda, or wine Kiddush, where Kiddush is intrinsically linked to the meal. Shapir Birkas Hamazon, Potram Cholim, Birkas Hamazon exempts them no matter what. Avayain Shavdol She'enu Bo Liftach Hamayain, but Havdol, which does not come to open up the digestive system. Begam Eno Shayach Sasura also has no connection to the meal. By May Yiftar and Birkas Hamazon, how can Birkas Hamazon exempt me? Bracha Achrona. Oh, unless Eladim shows a yain, but also if you do drink wine in the meal, Toshu Potromi Bracha Rishayna, so as far as since they have the bracha of wine, by Avdol exempts you from Bracha Achrona. But the Gamayanshim to Hamazon also exempts the wine in the meal. Also mi Bracha Achrona. Which well, the also the wine in the meal also patters reciprocally the wine before of Abdullah B'Racha Choyev and ask Echad Yain. Right, so it's a reciprocity. The wine before the meal exempts the wine in the meal from Bracha Rishona. The wine in the meal exempts the wine for the meal from a Bracha Achrona. Even if he didn't have wine in the meal. El Shabirech Ha'alakos. But he made a bracha on a cup. Shevarach bracha Achrona Alakos Shabirech Samazon. So it means benching on the cup. When you make the bench on the cup, Birkas Hamazon, Mimela Shifta Gamo. So that bracha Achrona which you make on that cup, that exempts also the wine before the meal. Avabalekatar Vayu, none of Avdollah. But if you don't have either, you don't have Yam Tochel Suda or Birkas Hamazon Alakos, Vaday Shechaya Bracha Achrona. Definitely required to make a bracha Achrona, and he will give us a conclusion to this tomorrow.